Welcome to the game, welcome to the show. Home of the Hall of Fame where the legends go. Canton Classics all in for victory. This is our time now, we're making history. Gridiron Giants with champion DNA. From the top down, striving for greatness every day. No days off, just hard work that pays off. Leave it all on the field, even if we're carried off. This is our house, our field, and our arena. Our legacy, leave our mark for non-believers. Our team's a band of brothers with one goal, one vision, one mission, we won't fold. Let us take you behind the scenes where the owner's sweet view as we take over the league. We take you behind the scenes with the owner's sweet view from section 330. With the owner's sweet view from section 330. With the owner's sweet view from section 330. Yeah.
Welcome back to Section 330, the podcast. Wherever you are in the world right now, wherever you have turned this on, get in the elevator, take it right on up to the suites. We got a seat for you right here in the owner's box. Lots of cool stuff going on with the Canton Classics right now. I'm going to tell you something, guys. When you sit down in this owner's box and you're picking your seat, do not sit next to our GM, Mike All. I try not to. Word on the street is that he will try to give you a wet willy or the equivalent if you sit next to him. But regardless, he is here next to me here on the podcast. How you feeling, Mike?
I'm feeling real good right now.
Yeah, you are. And I would imagine that you're feeling as good as you're feeling because guess what? The Canton Classics got our very first win. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I heard the Canton Classics got our very first win. How exciting is that?
It was big. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was worth the price of admission.
Absolutely, man. And we've heard so many things just throughout the league and for so long, and all the questions and the this and the that, and it none of it matters. None of it matters, man. We got that win, and it was a great confidence builder. It was a great confidence boost. We can now take that and we can run forward, and I am looking forward to running forward to that, man. And a big part of that victory was our defensive coordinator, Chris Porter, who is on the show today. We'll be talking to him a little bit after the break. But before we get into that, Mike, you were just in Canton, Ohio, at the 2022 Fantasy Football Expo. For those in the SFL who don't know, we just brought a new member into our front office by the name of Bob Lung, and he is the VP of Partner Strategies, and he puts on the Fantasy Football Expo. Mike actually had the opportunity to go out to Canton and to be at the Hall of Fame this weekend. Mike, what was that like for you? By the way, shout out to your wife, Julie. It was Mike's anniversary this last weekend, and I don't know how many wives would be like, yeah, let's spend our anniversary at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. But Mike was lucky. That's exactly what he got, man. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about your trip to Canton.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely say I definitely hit the jackpot with this wife, for sure. But yeah, it was really cool. It was a nice little drive. Saturday, we checked out some of the expo and checked out the Hall of Fame. It was so much fun. The expo was put together really well. Bob organized it and had a lot of things in place that made it a lot of fun for everybody. And we spent most of our day Saturday, Julie and I, checking out the Hall of Fame. We spent about 6 hours in the hall just looking at everything we could and paying our respects to the Canton football gods, which may or may not have made a difference this last weekend for our team. But there's so much cool history in that place, and just to see that and feel like a part of it, get that experience, it's a trip everybody should take. Most definitely.
Oh, 100%, man. If you love football, you got to go. Oh, and that's one of our hashtags actually here at the Classics, is for the love of football, because that's what this was built around, right? And you can kind of imagine 1920, right? I'm picturing Mike All with some kind of a tweed jacket, or whatever the fabric of choice was in
Yeah.
1920, and Mike All's walking around, the city of Canton, and Jim Thorpe, the first president of what became the NFL, right? Former Canton Bulldog, of course, as well. And just the rest of the owners coming together in this place to revolutionize what football became. It's incredible, man. So glad you got to walk on that hallowed ground. So glad you got to be a part of that and to see that,
Yes, sir.
man, and to get to meet more of our team members. Because this is a simulation football league. Most of our interactions are online, right? So,
Yeah.
really cool, man, when we get to see each other in person. I also understand that you met up with our punter, Doug Six, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. He was a little bit busy on Saturday, so Sunday morning, my wife and I met up with him and had breakfast. Spent about 2 hours just hanging out and talking. And I gotta say, not only is he what I feel is the best punter in our league right now,
Clearly.
but really really great guy, just personally too. It was so cool to get to meet him in person.
Oh yeah, man. I felt that energy immediately when we met Doug at the Fatherhood Festival. And it's in the name, right? It's a fatherhood festival. And here's this guy coming down the little walkway there up to where we had our booth, and Kendra's there and Josh is there and the rest of our team. And this guy's got his wife and he's got his son, man. What I loved about it was that I loved the way his son looks at him, I think that's every father's dream, to have their son look at their dad the way his son looks at him, man. Doug's just got such a great family. He's got such a good heart. He's a great guy, and just loves the game of football, and so glad he was able to find his way here to the Canton Classics, and I'm sure he enjoyed you as well. And after he was done there, he went out on the digital field and started pinning fools back. Like only
Yes, he
Doug
did.
Six can, man. That's what he does. He had a couple of kicks that went to the goal line. He had a couple of kicks that, I mean,
Yeah.
Doug's just incredible, man. I don't know what one has to do as a punter to make the All-Star game around here, but I'm telling you right now, if Doug Six does not make the All-Star team this year as a rookie punter, I am going to be sorely disappointed. We riot if Doug Six does not make the All-Star game as a punter.
Yeah, and let me just tell you, the city of Canton, for what I saw of it, was a great looking town. It's not a big city, but it's not a tiny city. There's a lot of cool stuff going on there with all the additions they're putting in the Hall of Fame Village with the town itself. And Sunday, we also went and checked out Centennial Plaza, which is
Right.
looking great.
Oh yeah, man. That is one of my favorite places to go downtown. Obviously, a very central piece to the city. I think it's great for gatherings. I believe that's where they hold most of the concerts that come into town. I think they do like a First Friday thing too in the Arts District. So first Friday of the month, people come out and they showcase their art and everything, and it all ends up there in Centennial Plaza at the end. They've got that really big screen, and hopefully one day soon on that big screen, you'll be able to gather in Centennial Plaza, look up, and see your Canton Classics going to work. That's a goal of mine. I know that's a goal of yours as well, Mike. And just kind of what we saw with the vision of this team, and you weren't too far away, man, from the 11 statue. If you were down there at Centennial Plaza, I'm sorry that you missed that, man. There's 11 statues hidden throughout the city that tie into the founding of the NFL. It's like this little treasure hunt that's built into the city. And that's one of my favorite, is that rock statue of the owners all leaned over in a 3-point stance. Pretty incredible stuff, man. So we'll you know what, Mike, we should do that, man. We should do like a team activity. We go on this scavenger hunt and we go see all 11 items.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot more to see in that town than what I saw this weekend, for sure.
Most definitely, man. And more is being built every day. The esports stadium coming in, the Topgolf coming in, more hotels, more casinos, more restaurants, more everything, just more, man. I think we picked a fantastic time to get this expansion franchise off the ground and to be as involved with Canton as we want to be. This was absolutely the perfect time. So serendipitous, so fortuitous for us to have picked this town, right? So because the SFL is digital, we could have went anywhere. We could have taken this team anywhere, man. But I had no idea that when we picked Canton, man, it was going to turn into so many cool opportunities. So if you are a native like Doug Six, if you are a native like Bob Lung, you guys are fantastic. If these are the two guys that are from Canton, and if you had to use them to represent the whole city, if you said that everybody in Canton, Ohio was exactly like these two guys, then I'm telling you, man, this is a top-notch city in the whole country, man. So thank you, Canton, Ohio, for welcoming us. We appreciate you.
I wore my Canton home jersey that day. Walking around the Hall of Fame, I had a couple people ask me, "Hey, what's this? What's this jersey?" And so I got a chance to, proselytize the SFL and our team, and
nice.
People were really digging it. Like they understood what I was talking about. They heard the excitement and the passion in my voice, and I'm pretty sure by now they've gone online and checked it out because I gave everybody the Simulation FL website.
Love it.
And Saturday night, Bob had a party for everybody from the Expo at Tom Benson Memorial Stadium. And that's a really cool stadium. I got to walk around on the field and stand there on the 50-yard line and just check the whole thing out. It's a really cool looking stadium. They play the Hall of Fame game there every year, have the enshrinement ceremony there, and had lots of people at that party ask me about my jersey, so I got to proselytize more for the SFL, and it was great. And spending time talking to Bob Lung, and see, all the things that he organized that weekend and how great a job he did.
Oh, yeah.
But it was evidenced by the fact that all of the people, I was just talking to him in a short amount of time, all the people that came up to him saying, "Hey, this is really awesome. I'm really glad you did this. Thanks a lot for putting in all the work for it. This guy's a smart guy, and he does a great job of putting things together."
Yes, he does. Yes, he does, man. Could not be more grateful to have him be a part of the staff. If our dealings with what we want to do in the city are even half as successful as they are with what Bob did at the Expo, man, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, And if you're a local, you probably know Bob. If you see him on the street, man, give him a high five and tell him the classic sent you, right? So, and what's cool, man, is that you were in town the weekend right after they had just had the induction ceremony.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've been to a few places that kind of have this energy, right? That's one of my favorite places about certain venues. It has this energy that you're kind of able to soak in, that you're able to kind of absorb. Yankee Stadium, not the new Yankee Stadium, the old one that was across the street. Right, the one that Mantle played in, the one that DiMaggio, the one that all the classic Yankees played in. That's one of those places for me. Right, I got a chance to visit there, and you just feel the greatness. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is 6 minutes from my apartment. I'm there obviously a lot. And that's another place, no matter how many times I go, man, you can feel the greatness and feel the energy. I got the same vibe when I was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. I hope you did too, Mike.
Oh, yeah, it's the same kind of vibe I get every time I go to Lambeau Field.
Well, yes. And for those who don't know, Mike All is a true Packers fan, which means the hall kind of works out for him because I'm sure there was a lot of Packers memorabilia there at the Hall of Fame, man. So he knows exactly what I'm talking about when I speak about that vibe,
Yeah.
And football deserves to be back here, and I'm glad that we are, man. And now we're winning some games here, well, at least that first one anyway.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into that a little bit more with our defensive coordinator, Chris Porter, right after this break from Gutsy Organic.
A Gutsy a day, every day. Eating one of our fresh and delicious signature blends of Gutsy Organic on a daily basis is an extremely convenient and tasty way to positively manage and impact the overall benefits of your health. Improving the wellness of your entire body begins with a healthy gut, and Gutsy Organic makes it so easy. Visit GutsyOrganic.com. That's Gutsy with a Z, To learn more about how the bacteria in your gut affects your everyday and to find out where you can get the world's best tasting prebiotic snack in your area today.
All right, welcome back from the break. Shout out to Gutsy Organic. Please do go to www.gutsyorganic.com and follow along with all of the cool stuff that they have, man. It is a tasty, tasty treat. I got to say, man, when we were at the Fatherhood Festival and we were handing Gutsy out, David Tyree, formerly of the New York Giants, made the incredible helmet catch. This man loved some Gutsy Organic. I got to say, him and Mike Singletary kept coming back for seconds and thirds. So Gutsy is a great product. We're happy to have them along. Visit your local Walmart, Meijer, Publix, wherever you can to go ahead and get you some Gutsy Organic. Now that we're back, and we've got our defensive coordinator extraordinaire, Chris Porter, on the line with us. Chris Porter, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I don't know if you watch wrestling, but you remember this? Oh, what a rush!
Yes, man. Yes, the Legion of Doom, man. The Legion of Doom.
Feeling like Hawk right now, man. Feeling like Hawk, man.
Yes, man. Remind me to share a video with you, actually, at some point. For my birthday, a couple of years back, right before Animal died, actually, Wang got him to record a video for me.
Wow.
And yeah, man, like right before he passed, it was really, really special. I watch it as like a nice little motivational message, man. So I know exactly what you're talking about with the Legion of Doom, man. I'm glad you're feeling good, and you should feel good. Tell us a little bit about what you love about being a defensive coordinator. What is it about defense that gets you going?
Oh man, I remember when I was in high school, I used to play offensive line, and I used to always play. I used to want to play defense so bad, so I used to like beg the coach, like, "Coach, I want to play defense," and then he never let me play. But then he finally let me play defense. So I just always like defense. Like I just like being the one that hits and not get hit. Like I like that part of the game, and I always enjoyed the defensive players more than the offensive players. So I don't know. I was always an LT fan, Ronnie Lott fan, people like that. So I always like defense. So I'm just a fan of the defensive part of the game.
Oh man, I love it, man. I love it. There's just such an intricate strategy involved, right? So much of a chess game, trying to predict what the other team is going to do. And I think even more so, you have to do that here in the SFL because you're locked in to whatever playbook you put out there, right? It's not like we can get burned on one play and then make adjustments, right? It's not like we can be like, okay, here's what they're doing, let's adjust to that. So it's really you got to commit, super hard when putting that playbook together. And you do that, and you do that well. And arguably, you have not done it any better than you did it this last weekend against the Sioux Falls Sparrows. What was that like for you to watch the defense do what they did, which was shut them out?
No, it was crazy because it was like I'm doing the stats. So, I'm listening to the announcers talk crazy about us while I'm doing the stats. And they like, oh, Cannon gave up the most points, and he gave up the most runs. And if you listen to the game, you can tell them they basically thought Sioux Falls was going to win. Until it got to a point where, wow, Cannon is winning this game. So you can listen to like especially that first quarter. They just thought it, and I was like, okay. And I was like, they're not scoring though. They're doing they was doing the dink and dunk, but I was like, okay, that's not doing nothing. But then like, I just saw us taking over, and they got the pick six. But then after that, we just shut them down. So I was like, man, I was just like, I don't know. That was always like my goal. Like that's my goal in the sim. Like my goal in the sim is like, I want to get 0-0. And I don't even think we ever got a 0 in the sims before. I think we got close. I think we had some 7s. But I don't even think we had too many 0s in the sim, so I was like, we got a shutout. So I was like, wow, it's dope, man, because I feel like I know I'm newer than a lot of other coaches. Like, some of these coaches know like all the plays in the playbook back of their hand. They know right when they see it. Right. So I know I'm not one of those, but I know what I do bring to the table. So I was just glad I was showing it because even before, I heard people talking, so I was glad we can prove ourselves against a team like Super.
Wow, man, we love to hear it. And you mentioned, you're doing the stats and you're listening to the commentators. Does stuff like that push you? What kind of a guy are you? Are you a guy that when you hear criticism, when you hear, I don't want to say disrespect because it's just their opinions, right? They're not disrespecting, but they are just giving their opinions. Are you somebody that drives you, that goes, you know what, man, I'm going to put my foot on your neck now. I wasn't going to do that before, but now that you said what you said, I have to put my foot on your neck and I have to not let up. Did that motivate you or what?
It motivates me because you can tell, some people, they just look at stats. And you could tell the people that actually watch the games. Because if they watch the games, they know our defense wasn't even bad. So it's like, are you just looking at the stats and going off that? Or are you actually watching our games and learning about a team like that? So I just want them to really give our team a shot.
Right.
What the Jacks Data had us scoring? They had us crazy. We was going to get blowed out.
They did.
Yeah, I was like, damn, even Jacks Data was playing us crazy. So I was like, wow, we got everybody down on us.
They absolutely did, man, and I blame Mike All for that because Mike, you brought a big chunk of that Jacks Data team over here.
Yes, I did.
To Canton, so I blame you for that. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, man, did you want to talk to Chris a little bit about what he did defensively and how can we recreate that going forward, man, to the future games?
Yeah, Chris, why don't you touch on that real quick?
I think me and Mike got a good chemistry going. Seemed like we were finally getting it with the scout team. We got some good people because it starts with the scouting. So once you you really gotta watch the games and get the right plays in there so we can really game plan properly. And then Mike, man, he sims all day, so we actually get to see. I think the fact that Mike is putting clean data in the system, and we can actually see, I think you said this a couple weeks ago, our sims are actually replicating the game. That's what I was saying even about the Sioux Falls game. I was like, that Sioux Falls game matched up with our Sims. So I was like, okay, we're on to something. So we just got to keep going. And like I said, when we see we got a game plan, we got to scout, we got to make adjustments and just keep going from there. I think we actually this week, we have a good chance to win as well. We was even saying we should be 3-2 right now. I know you don't supposed to say shoulda, woulda, but we lost 2 games that we should have won. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. So I actually feel we should be 3-2. But hey, we just got to worry about these next 7 games coming up and win off those. But I think these next 2 games, even these next 3 games, are very winnable for us now. We think the offense is clicking now. We have a lot of veterans. We have a lot of good people at all levels on both sides of the ball. So
yes, we do.
We got a solid team. So I just want to keep putting them in positions to win. Because I'm kind of wild. I'm kind of the one, say you got 20 plays in there. I'll put probably 19 blitzes in there if you don't tell me to stop. So Mike is the one kind of Mike's the one that holds me back a little bit. Man, I still like to attack, man. I don't like to sit there and let them do what they're going to do. I like to beat them to the ball. And then I was telling, I actually was talking to the Atlanta owner, Mark, about this. It's like some Battleship when you think about it. It's like Battleship. It's just it's on video game now, but it's Battleship. It's on defense. You got to put the defense in the spots where you think the offense might be based on the scouting.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, you definitely sank Sioux Falls Battleship this last weekend. That's for sure.
Yeah, you did, man. He reminded me of that scene in Remember the Titans. We blitz all night, right. And you blitz all night, man. Yeah. But it equaled a win, and we all get to watch things like the Who You Got, right? Mike, do you keep up with the Who You Got each week?
I take a look at it.
Yeah, you take a peek, right? Yeah. And when you see something like 161 people think that Sioux Falls is going to win, right? And it was 26 people thought that we could actually do it. It's a good feeling, man, to come back and say, you guys got this wrong. You have us wrong, I
didn't even look at that.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, we were
you do the game, and then you may have that the day after the game off, but after that you're simming, and then you're simming all day till Thursday. I don't have time to be in Discord all day and do this. I have to manage my time properly. I could be in there all day saying hi and speaking to everybody, but do you want me to do that, or do you want
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, you want to win, or you want me to be saying hi to you? Like, I'm trying to get these plays in here and get right, especially like the two or 3 days after the game. That's like dark mode. That's like we gotta get it in until we only got to Thursday.
Yeah,
it's like crunch time.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Let me ask you this, Chris, because obviously you got your start our first season in the minor leagues together, doing some defensive coordinating for Lincoln, right? And when I took over Lincoln, there was no doubt as to who to ask to come back and be defensive coordinator, but our original defensive coordinator, right? How does it feel, the transition from minor leagues to the pro league?
I mean, I like it. I just think it's for the minor league, you can just get away with more stuff. Like I said, I could probably have got away with them 19 blitzes in the minor league. Yeah. You can't get away with it in the pros. Like, it's just like, just like actual real sports. Like, it's like when you hit from college to the pros, everybody's good. Like, everybody has elite people. So then to me, it's like really goes. It's like more. I guess you got to be just more and more focused on the game planning. Like, and you got to really look at the players and just in game plan like that. Like I said, the minor leagues, the players are not that good, so you can just really like just throw plays out there and practice more. But I said in the pros, you got to be all that simming. You have to sim. Maybe in the minor league, you can get away with not simming. You know what I'm saying? And still win. But pros, you got to sim. You got to really game plan, scout. You might not have to do all that in the minor league, especially if it's like some people that's been around the league for a while. They probably can get away without doing that, but in the pros, no, you have to.
It's a must. It is mandatory, man. And you've been adjusting. You've been adjusting well to it, and I'm looking forward to where you go with this. You mentioned about using specific players, and without any kind of favoritism. We don't want to create any kind of favoritism, but is there a favorite player other than yourself on the defense that you really look forward to putting that person in a position to win? Is it that secondary? Is it the D line? Where's that group that when you nail it, you're like, yeah, man, I'm loving to see that.
Now I got like people on every level I like. So on the D line is it's gonna be Gary.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he like, man, it's like some plays I see him like right when they say hike, he's right there. Like it's like hike. Right. So then on the linebackers I like Clem.
Okay. Yeah.
Clem be balling out. And then the corners, both of them. Right. I like Connor and J. Rock. Like both of them, my homies from Atlanta, so I be wanting them to do their thing. Like Punk, I think he leads the team in interceptions.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
but we got a good defense, and like I said, punter kind of remind me like I don't know. I feel like we like the Ravens a little bit. I want to have it where we can get an offense points. I don't want to call him Trent Dilfer. You call me Trent Dilfer, but no. we working on the like I said, we like the offense turning around these last 2 games, so we getting there. So the defense got to just keep doing what they're doing. Even on the offense, like those wide receivers we got, and even I like the running back we got now too, man. He been doing his thing, but our wide receiving core, I think that's our bread and butter. We got one of the top wide receiving cores in the league.
Easily. And obviously you're saying that because I'm the WR4.
Right.
I am clearly the highlight of that receiving core. You didn't say that, but that's where I felt like you were going with it.
No, I mean,
so no, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Say that's the thing too, man. I mean, I hope like we gotta like stress this to the team, but I hope a lot of people like they gotta stay around because like we still like even though our team is like they say we only had 2 rookies, we're still fairly young. Like I only been here. This is my 5th season. You got some people been here 8 seasons, 10 seasons. So I think if we stay around and we come back with this team next season, we're gonna be really good, but we can't break it up. I don't want people like after this season they go. We have to come back and keep building this team because we have a good team. But
right, man.
You gotta be patient.
But no, it's yeah, no. That's those are some of the things you're gonna experience when you're an expansion team. And yes, we had mostly established players, but it doesn't mean that we're exempt from that, you know. But either way, man, we're glad to have you here, and we were glad to give you the opportunity for your first pro gig, man, as a defensive coordinator, and happy to see it clicking, and happy to see what you can do. Speaking of what you can do, we've got the Queen City Corsairs coming up. When you're looking at that offense, does anything stand out to you like, man, we need to be watching out for that?
So I think we just have to watch out for the inside run, the slants. We got to do a better job of containing the flats. So
Okay.
the last running back got like 86 yards off the flats, halfback dumps and stuff. So that's the main thing.
Right.
That's the main thing we saw. You know, they're making adjustments, so you can't always just go off what you see. So I was like, you know, I know they're gonna change something this week. You just don't know what, but you kind of got a plan for that too. But yeah, the run game. I think we stopped the run game. That kind of starts everything else, just like we did last week. I think we shut them down.
Yeah, it's definitely a different beast this week with Jet Zero. He's a monster. He's a handful.
Yeah, obviously, man. I haven't been in the league, you know, too long, but I know that when people start mentioning a specific player, because I haven't been here that long, so many players don't get mentioned to me. But Jet Zero is one of those people that everybody always says you gotta watch out for him. You gotta watch out for him. You gotta watch out for him. So I'm excited to see what we're able to do against such a talented running back. But I think you can put together something, man. I think that you showed everybody that this last weekend. So as the games go forward, I expect to see some of that who you got voting even out a bit, you know. And who knows, we may be even called the favorite in some of these games, man. But either way, even when we are the severe underdog, it does not matter. We do not subscribe to any of that, right? We're focused on our goal. We're focused on what we need to do. We're focused on where we need to go, and we get there. And we get there. It doesn't matter who you got, who you're voting for, who you're not voting for. We're going to go out there and try to give our very best every single time, man. So congrats to you, Chris Porter, on win number 1 in the pros as a defensive coordinator. We could not be prouder of the performance, man.
Definitely.
You did fantastic.
Appreciate it, man. Like I said, shout out to
You know.
It ain't an I award, it's a me award, it's a we award.
Oh yeah.
Keep progressing and just keep being classic.
Yes, keep being classic, man. And you're making Mike all look smart, man. That's not easy to do.
No, that's a tough job.
That's not easy to do, man. So, but you're making him look smart. I'm kidding, of course, man. So looking forward to the game. Obviously, it'll be Friday, 6:30 p.m. Anybody who wants to come check that out, we will be posting a graphic soon once we get the channel that will be on, so that you guys can all see, and hopefully it's win number 2, man.
Yeah, we gotta get this.
No, we do need this one, man. We do need this one, and we're gonna go get it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Chris Porter. Hopefully, this is your first time on the show of many, man. Always good to talk to you. Always good to see you in the locker room, and we'll see you on game day, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
That was Chris Porter. You know, phenomenal guy, man. Loved hearing his mindset and his attitude around defense and just the game planning and what he needed to do. Were you surprised at all, Mike, with how quickly he's gotten up to speed?
No, I brought these guys in because I had full confidence in them the whole time, and I'm actually surprised it took us as long as it did to get that first win, because I feel like these guys could win every game every week.
Absolutely, man, and that's a great attitude that you have for it. You know, we gotta expect that stuff. And now that he's shown it, I think the confidence is probably going to be mega high. I think that he's going to be looking forward for his next opportunity to do that. And for him to be doing the stats for the game and to be listening to the commentators, I think that's a big piece, man. They have poured gasoline on the fire and they've lit something. So for him to be sitting there and listening to them give their opinions about, his defensive play calling, I'm sure that was a motivator, huh? I'm sure. So he's probably itching right now to get back out there against Queen City, man, and to prove them all wrong
Definitely.
again.
Most
Are
definitely.
you looking forward to this Queen City game? I'm not sure if you have any rivalry with them from your time in Jacksonville, or
I don't have any rivalry from my time with them in Jacksonville. There was a point where they were very high on wanting to bring me over as a GM. I had to decline because of what I was doing in Jacksonville.
right?
And I mean, I have a good relationship with Krim, their current GM, and I sure would like to hand them a loss.
Yeah, man. Well, you will get your opportunity in just under 2 days. In just under 2 days, man, you will get that opportunity. So, looking forward to hanging out with all you guys and watching that game, and hopefully it's win number 2, and we can start to get some momentum going, man. We can start to turn some heads. We can start to kind of change the conversation around the league about Canton, right? So great job, man. We want to thank you, of course, for putting this team together. And more than that, we want to thank you for your contributions outside of just putting the team together, man. Everything, your engagement in the locker room, and of course your participation here on Section 330. I know the fans love to have you on, and you will be back. You will be back, sir.
Most definitely. I enjoy my time here.
Absolutely, man. All right. Well, until next time, we're going to go ahead and sign off. But go ahead and jump in that chat during the game. Type hashtag WeCan, CAN, capital letters. Because indeed we can, and we look forward to giving you Classics fans some good football, man. Something to talk about. Get on the website www.cantonclassics.com. Check out some of the articles written by Van Lacey, some of the game recaps. In case you missed some of the action, get onto the Instagram page, follow us, check out what we have going on, man. You might see some things that you like, and cheer on your favorite player. We've got a spread shop that is also available on the website. You can go there, get yourself some merch, some gear. I know people like the hoodies. People love Mac, our mascot, our bulldog named after President William McKinley. And just another Canton native, right? So go ahead and check all that stuff out, man. Become a true fan of the Canton Classics. We'd love to have you. And I know that Fan Appreciation Week was last week as well, so we do have a giveaway. Adam will be announcing who the winner of that is here pretty soon, but it definitely will not be the last. So if you didn't win this time, it is okay. And we look forward to see you cheering us on. Thank you again from everybody here at Section 330. Have a great week.
Find out more about the team at CantonClassics.com or find us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Canton Classics. Find out more about the SFL at simulationfl.net.
With an on a sweet view from Section 330. With an on a sweet view from Section 330, yeah.